hello, my babies, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Spiritual Tea Time here on Indigo Psychics TV, sponsored by Indigo Psychics Coffee and Clarity, where I am a proud spiritual supervisor, and we don't sugarcoat nothing. We have spiritual advisors that will tell you the truth and what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, because we want to see you living your best life. And also, we offer fresh roasted coffee to order and loose leaf teas. So I definitely would take advantage of it. I mean, we got dark roast, medium roast, light roast. We got coffee pods, better known as K cups by some people. So definitely get yourself some, you know, grab yourself a cup of coffee and get a dose of clarity, baby. And want to say hello to Miss Lavidia Davis. She says good evening. And Brother Danny Chin says blessings to everyone. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking about making your own magic, the importance of putting self into your magic, your intention, that extra special ingredient, you know, to add that oomph to your spells, as they say. And without further ado, to help me talk about it, and also maybe do some tag team readings later on because we got this new moon coming up, which is a super new moon on the 9th, just before the lunar solar new year of the wood dragon of the Chinese New Year. Ooh, the dragon's gonna bite us more than one way as another. But anyways, without further ado, my baby girl April from Crosscreek Paranormal has joined us tonight. Hello, my beautiful. How are you, baby? How is everything down there in the good old Augusta, Georgia?
Oh, how we do. We're just enjoying the cool before the heat. That's what we're doing right now.
Oh, girl, I do not miss those at all. I got family that live because I used to actually live just outside of Savannah, and then I got my grandma's people is from Brunswick area and St. Simon
Hmm.
Island and all that. Girl, and plus I grew up in Florida, so that humidity, I do not
It'll
miss
get
it,
you.
baby.
It'll get you
Talk
for
about
sure.
bad hair days, even at night, be 98 at midnight. Whoo, girl, get out of the shower and you all wet still, and you can't know if it's still because you still wet from the shower or you sweating already.
I
I hate.
know.
I miss those days. Oh, oh, girl. But other than that, how's things been going for you, baby? How's the magic flowing?
It's been good. Honestly, in the vein of keeping things honest, I'm going to tell you I've kind of been out of practice the last 6 months or so. I've really had a major disruption, and it's been so hard to find time to integrate magic into my daily practice, into my regular life and stuff like that, with the exception of one thing. Every single night I take a ritual bath. Every single night. It's different themes, depending on what's happening in my life or depending on what I
Right.
need, I feel like I need, but every single night I take a ritual bath. And that's I feel really lucky to be able to do that. I feel very grateful that I can do that. But as far as like actual like real stuff, like burning candles and throwing jars into rivers and burying things next to train tracks, and I just have been out of it. Oh,
But
been out of
that's
it.
the thing is that's the problem. Everyone thinks they have to be doing real magic. Isn't that?
Oh,
Those are just focus. Those are just focusing tools. The true
truth, but
magic.
I have some people that need to be in jars, so I've
Oh,
just
girl,
been out of practice.
girl, preach! Don't we all, honey? Don't we all? Either slip them in the, throw them in the toilet, flush them down into the gutter, or put them in the freaking jar, throw them in the freezer, or take them to the
That's right.
cemetery. I feel you, baby. Trust me,
That's
I
right.
feel you. And the sad part is people that you've known for years. You thought that
People
it
that
was
just get away
family.
with
That
it. Just getting away with
yeah,
it.
and then but with everything astrologically that's been going on, it's really been ripping off the blinders off of us, and we're really starting to
Hmm.
see. Granted, you may have me fooled for a few years, but now that I've seen the real you, oh God, child, get the fuck away from me. I want nothing to do with you. You are dead, out of sight, out of mind.
That's
I do
right.
not know you. I don't want nothing to do with you. Oh, real cute. Rita Mason says, "Good evening, ladies, and thank you, honey, for that wonderful donation before the show. That really means a lot." Miranda says, "Hello, hello, hello." She is one of our fellow spiritual advisors here at Indigo Psychics, Miranda Wyatt. She specializes in working with ladies who have dealt with narcissistic abusive relationships, whether it be intimate, family, friendship, whatever. But she specializes working in empowering women with the dark femme, especially working with Mother Lilith and everything. And then my Gotharican vegan, Boricua out of New York, my bonita moza, says, "Good evening, goddesses. Thank you for joining us." One of my simple way of really integrating, because that's another reason why I'm so glad our company took the avenue of dealing with coffee and teas, because a lot of us drink our coffee and tea in the morning. And a simple way is clockwise when you're trying to bring something to you, and then add the different type of flavorings or the different type of herbal teas associated with, whatever it is you're trying to work with. Like with our loose leaf teas, we have English breakfast tea, which is really good for getting insight and everything. We have the jasmine tea we call our love spell, because jasmine is used for love and for money, besides also amplifying your psychic abilities. We have another tea we call the goddess, to give you, self-esteem and domination, because it has a nice licorice and ginger base to it. And then like we're doing with also your coffee, to amplify your psychic abilities. French vanilla. Many times I drink a French vanilla iced coffee before I do a session. You know,
So
also,
it's so funny we're talking about this, because just this morning,
mhm.
there's two things here. Just this morning, Christopher, my husband, he had some of Oshun's blessing. Loves it, loves it. He's like, I didn't know that I was missing honey in my coffee, but I was missing honey in my coffee. We literally had that conversation this morning. He's about
Hey
halfway
there.
through the bag, so I got to get more. But here's my thing. Like, I'm a cold brew girl, and I need instant gratification. So when are we going to be getting some cold brew K cups? Come through.
We're working on it. We're working
Through.
on it. But you can always do like I do. You always brew it up hot and then ice it down.
Instant gratification. That's my, like, I need.
Get a giant Stanley cup, fill it up with ice, and then dump the coffee while it's hot in there, and then put your creamer in there, and you got still iced coffee, instant gratification. Because I do that all the time. Because my husband doesn't like flavored coffee, so we always do a dark roast of some kind, and then I add my flavor afterwards and everything.
I was so jealous, because there's so many flavors. I bought a giant selection right close to Christmas, and I gave a lot of it away as like Christmas presents and stuff like that to our relatives, and they've all loved it. But I was really jealous. Like the pecan pie, I want that for me. But see, Christopher, the way he does cold brew, he makes it steep for 48 hours, and so I was like, I'm not. I need it right now. I need it in the next 30 minutes, or I'm killing someone. Yeah.
Oh, I feel you. Miss Rita says, I have lost myself and my magic the last few months with my mom being sick and passing. I'm working to center and ground myself to find myself and my magic again. And Miranda says, Rita, I really feel that. And then Gotharica Bacon says, instant gratification is very New York City thing. Well, it's actually a very American 21st century thing, because the way that our society is, everything has to be now, instant. And Miss Rita, an easy way, because like I tell people, forget about having to light the candles and the incense and do, like she said, doing the jars or whatever. An easy, simple way is like the sleep meditation. Easiest and most potent form of energy work and magic is using your subconscious while you sleep, and help with your healing process. Go to my here on the Indigo Psychics TV playlist. I have a list. It's called Chakra and Healing List. The first few, about maybe 10 videos that I have on that list, deal with aligning your chakras. Look for the one for the heart chakra, to really help, with the healing of the pain and everything, dealing with your loss. And then just listening to a 528 that you like. There's, trust me, there's all kinds of videos from really short to really long, from where it's a straight pure tone, or if it just has the animal sounds and everything with the tone in it. They have it with subliminals, but definitely start taking advantage of your naps and your regular sleep and using your subconscious. And then also, if you like the smell of lavender, start changing all your cleaning products, your body wash, everything that you could think of to some kind of lavender scent. So it automatically, on the subconscious level, you're already working on the healing process without even having to think about it. That's how we work our magic into our lives every day without even having to think about it on the subconscious level. Changing little things, making our habits of embedding it, like I said, your coffee and tea, flavoring it and doing it up to whatever it is, like if you're trying to bring in love or prosperity or a certain job, to, put all, the flavorings and everything associated with it, and make sure you stir it, counterclockwise. I mean, excuse me, clockwise, not counterclockwise. And then, like, if you're drinking a tea for healing, like with sickness, like, do chamomile, or drinking green tea or whatever, green tea, chamomile blended together, or the mullein herb tea for, getting whatever, especially dealing with sickness. You want
Oh,
to do
yeah.
counterclockwise, asking to remove the sickness and bring in the healing, and clockwise. First do the counterclockwise to remove whatever foolishness going on with sickness with the body, and then clockwise to do for bringing in the healing. Like I said, also too, if you love to cook, that's an easy way to bring in the magic every day. I don't know how many times I've sat there with my babies and everything when they're trying to think of a spell or whatever. It's like, child, okay, what situation you got? You can make your meal of the day associated, you know, like you need to bring in more money in your life. Um, and you like rice, get jasmine rice. Jasmine brings the love and the money, psychic protection. Rice is good for prosperity and also soaking up negativity and protection. Looking at the magical aspects of the different types of food, and then eating meals associated with, whatever it is you try to manifest into your life. That's a simple way of bringing magic into your life without even having, so many people think you have to do all this high ceremonial stuff when it comes to magic, not realizing the most simplest acts during the day can be the most magical
And
and
that's
very powerful.
why that's the topic tonight.
Exactly.
Because you can
Ex-
find magic in the most ordinary things. It doesn't have to be
exactly.
crazy.
Exactly. They think they get, I've seen so many people put down people, you know, uh, they have to buy all these fancy, bougie tools and that are really expensive. No, you don't. The main tool you need is self and your intent, and really working on your mindset to manifest what it is that you want. And so if you're dealing with lack mindset of self-esteem, of dealing with love, or dealing with finances, whatever, take advantage of your sleep, take a nap, man. Anoint yourself, put the whatever subliminal on. You would be surprised. I've heard so many people when I try to teach them about it. Oh, it can't be that easy. Why? Why can't it? The reason why it's not, because you keep speaking it. You got to watch your words. That's also another simple way of doing magic. Just simple affirmations. Doing the mirror effect, like we talked about before on the show. After your shower, say some positive affirmations to yourself. Dealing whatever it is that you're going through. Simple things like that. You know, you probably do more magical things in your life than you probably realize, Miss April.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's just
Not
about feeling disconnected, like that's just the last 6 months or so, I've just felt so I don't know, lost, I guess. But
I bet with everything that's been going on in the world, girl, this collective energy has been really kicking everybody's ass. Many times turning off the TV, turning off the, social media, and just unplugging the phone. And I don't feel guilty at all.
yeah.
You know, If it's a dire emergency, yeah, I'll answer the phone and everything. But until then, y'all can wait. I will literally take a whole day and not do anything and just rest, so I can literally recharge. Because I used to have that habit of being the major people pleaser, and I mean, literally working myself till I'm literally in my sick bed. Having my period and my freaking flu at the same time, praying for death and still trying to help folk. No, I'm not going to do that anymore. I've learned for myself, and I'm also teaching, to help my babies. Do not feel guilty for having those healthy boundaries. Because so many of us, we start working on it and we feel good about ourselves, and then someone comes along, narcissistic family member or an ex or whatever, and they know how to, pinpoint, and then they start making you feel guilty for putting those barriers up. Don't feel guilty anymore. If they can't respect that you need to have your me time, even if it's for 20 minutes a week, then they don't need to be in your life, no matter who they are. That's my philosophy about that. They need to respect that, because if you can't take care of yourself, how are you supposed to take care of others?
Truth. I think the hard part is when you are putting those barriers up and people aren't respecting them. So what does that mean, right? That means that they need to go. They got to go out the door.
Yep. Exactly.
What do you do when you look around, though, and you suddenly figure out, I'm alone? That's the problem.
That's when you start learning to love self and starting to enjoy your company.
Yeah.
Once
I love that. But it's just like,
because we're magnets. And so in order to start bringing in the proper people that you need in your life, so you don't keep bringing in these pieces of shits in your life, these narcissistic, abusive type people, we got to find out what on the subconscious is causing that to be drawn to us, so we can work on it to get rid of it. And the simplest way, like I said before, is taking advantage of your sleep, playing those frequencies. You look up whatever it is that you need to work on, you can find a subliminal frequency associated with it. You put it where you just barely hear it and go to sleep. Because what's the advantage of it is that when you're asleep, those self-sabotaging mindset filters that keeps you self-sabotaging are shut off, and those frequencies go straight to the subconscious. And the subconscious has been proven scientifically to be 30,000 more times more powerful than the waking mind. So using that subconscious to heal your body and heal whatever it is that's keeping you from living your best life is the first step. And it's really that simple. And then once you start doing that on the regular, is one thing, some people think that you just listen to it once and it's done and over. No, you need to make it a part of your nightly routine. Make a habit of finding one, put it on your phone, darken the screen, and let it play. If it's a short one, put it on a loop. And, but make sure you're playing them on the regular. And you'll know a big difference for the better in your life. And it's very that simple.
I think I'm just at the point where I've started to realize that in general, it's not about quantity, it's about quality in terms of people. And it's hard to find people who are really worth a damn. Like legitimately.
See, right there, you just self-sabotage because you said it was hard.
It is hard.
You need to start. No.
You have to be discerning.
You got to say to yourself that the people that are meant to be in my life are going to come to me easily and effortlessly. You got to stop saying things are hard, because that's what you're telling the universe to keep it as. So to break that habit, you got to literally stop saying that it's hard. You got to say to yourself, those people who are truly meant for me, who are my true soul tribe, who are for my highest good, will come to me easily and effortlessly. And you have to keep on saying those things on the daily. No more saying I can't. No more saying, oh, I hope it happens. No, you got to claim it that it will happen.
Okay.
You got to remove it,
Where you at, bitches? Where you at, bitches? Here I am. Come to me.
Seriously, write down exactly what you want as the attributes of the type people you want in your life.
That's how I got my. That's what I
keep praying that they come to you easily and effortlessly. No more saying that it's hard. And watch, it will start shedding away. shucking away what does not need to be in your life and start bringing the right ones to you. Mm. To really help with that, to get rid of the negativity and negative people, is the 417 frequency. One of my
There we
favorite
go.
ones I listen to is called Money Storm. It's the 528 and the 417 put together. So as it pulls away the negativity, the 528 brings in the positivity and the healing. I mean, brings abundance, brings loves, brings everything, because it literally regenerates you down to the cellular level. And then also, it's been scientifically proven, the smell of cedar wood has been proven to also help you down to the cellular level to release any old traumas. So the combination of listening to that frequency, and I usually tell most people to blend the cedar wood like with lavender and put that on at night, either on the crown chakra or put it in your diffuser before you go to sleep. And they've been seeing dramatic healings. Honest to God, a lot of people, who are very skeptical of some of my closest friends who are practitioners who are now finally starting to use the frequencies. Beforehand, they were skeptical, but now they constantly telling me they're so glad that I turned them on. Their life, as they say to them.
Yeah.
Miss Rita says, "Thank you, Queen. You always have the advice I so connect with. I will start listening to that ASAP. I've started carrying a lavender satchel. I've always felt intent is the most important thing." Correct. Um, and Guthrie Convigan says, "Facts. Unplug is crucial. A hot shower with Dr. Teals is life." And she says, "Exactly. I agree with boundaries." And definitely, Dr. Teal's is an easy one to get. You can go find it right at
Yep.
any grocery store, Walmart, any major, place like that. All their stuff is all natural. They have lavender scent, they have eucalyptus and spearmint, which is good for hex breaking. Besides dealing with your colds, they have one that's grapefruit and charcoal. That's good for hex breaking. You
Hmm.
know, and the coconuts, scented one, the lavender one, pink Himalayan salt. I use those all the time. Miss Rita says, "I went too far when I stopped dating, stopped the cycle of narcissistic, abusive people in my life. I have now been single for almost 10 years, and I got to learn to let people in again." And the main thing is like I said, listening to that 528 and that 432 to help with the self love. Because, like, if you want to magnetize in, the true love that you're meant to have in your life, you got to start with yourself first. Because how we truly love and feel about ourselves on the subconscious is what we're bringing into our life and everything. So as you work on that healing process, because what's great about using the subconscious with the frequencies, it doesn't trigger you like some traditional therapy session type people like to do, where they love to bring up everything from the subconscious and then they fill you up with a bunch of pills just to suppress everything again. I'm the type person, I want you to find out exactly what the core problem is and let's work on it to get it healed. It may take a minute because that's life, but the whole point is you making those baby steps, because our lives are called the great work for a reason. All right. We can't be complacent. Trust me, there's no quick fix for anything. I wish that was. Trust and believe me, I say it all the time. We could twitch our nose like Samantha or bob our head like Jeannie, and make it instantaneously happen. I wish. But unfortunately, that's not real life, you know. And Miranda says, "Rita, you have to have the right mindset." Exactly. And the easiest way of working on that mindset is taking advantage of your sleep. It's that simple. Even if I even have a playlist that deals from money issues to self-esteem issues to court problems, whatever, where they're all the videos are between 2 minutes to maybe 7 minutes long. You'll see the playlist that has a bunch of good luck emojis on it with a number seven. um, Definitely check that one out. That's a good one to listen to, because majority of them you hear like a music tone, and then they have the subliminals and the frequencies embedded um, subliminally into them. So on the conscious ear, all you hear is some kind of music in the background. Those ones are great for like when you're awake during the day and everything, and you need that quick fix. Because a lot of it with dealing with your mindset and everything, and making yourself magical during it, is about that self discipline and literally checking yourself when you get yourself into those negative thoughts. Now, literally stepping out on your side of yourself. And when those intrusive thoughts start happening, saying, girl, what the hell are you doing? Let's get this lavender on. What subliminal do we need to listen to? And get it playing. Let's take a couple minutes for yourself. Go have a quick potty break if you're in the office. Because say I gotta go to the bathroom. Just go in there, sit in the stall, and put it on your phone real quick and listen to it. Hey, I've done it. It's little things like that really make a difference. But the whole core thing is you got to want it. So you got to have that want of wanting to better yourself. And then you, like I said, true royalty, us queens, we check ourselves. Somebody else tries to check us, we're going to tell them to fuck off. You know you are. But when it comes to ourselves, we got to say, what do you think? No, not today. We ain't going to self-sabotage this today. No. Let's flip the script. We need to relax. Progress is not... Screw perfection. Perfection is boring, honey. Flaws more fun. It keeps my things more exciting. I wouldn't want to be around perfect people. I'd be bored out of my damn mind. I know April would.
Yep. Oh, this is the trailer park for me.
Yes.
I tell people it all the time. You can't listen. You can't trust me not to come across real crazy.
Oh my gosh. Girl.
Just is what it is.
Tell me about it. So, are we looking forward to this lovely Lunar New Year coming up? Being the year of the dragon?
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it. I think Heather and I, Heather was going to be one of the other guests tonight, but she's usually on with me. Heather and I and our friend Gabby are all we're gonna get together and we're gonna do like a little very simple thing together, the three of us. We're probably gonna burn some candles. We might do some tarot. We might just enjoy, but we're all gonna come together and embrace the new moon and embrace new things and new projects and clear out all the old and get ready for new works.
I love it.
Yeah.
Speaking of new moon, I pulled out some of the Moonology Oracle cards because we have that lovely new moon in Aquarius coming up. And ooh, chow. A lot of people don't realize it's also a super moon.
Ooh.
Super new moon. And with being a super new moon, it's going to be emotions are running high.
There.
And then with being new moon in Aquarius, they're telling you to bring love into the situation. So when your emotions are getting to the better of yourself, remember to love, babies. Okay? Check yourself. Put some lavender on. Calm yourself, because it's being a new moon, it's the start of a new beginning, and a lot of it, for a lot of you with whatever situation you're going through is the start. You need that love, especially love of self. So if you want that new relationship, a new whatever blossoming in your life, you got to start with self. Oh, thank you, Miss Lavidia. She just gave us a $5 super sticker donation. All donations go to production of the show, and they're highly appreciated. Thank you so much. I hope it returns to you 1,000-fold, Mama.
That's a beautiful name. That's a beautiful
Miss
name.
Lavidia. Mm-hmm. It's old-fashioned, honey, Miss Lavidia.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. You can see her sitting on the front porch, sipping on a mint julep, fanning herself. Southern Belle.
Mm-hmm.
Old Southern aristocratic name. I just love it. You can see Medea sitting next to her. Gotharican says, hell yes. Love the year of the dragon. Yeah, for a lot of people, because it's the year 8, this is going to be a very abundant year. But also, being abundance, it's not all about just, money and love and everything. For all you fools out there who have been doing people wrong these last few years, like I said, it's a year of abundance, baby. Either you're going to get abundance of a positive things and blessings, or you're going to get a lot of bullshit because you've been shitting on people. And that's why behind my madness, I refuse. If you get me to a point where I have to come out of my peace and out of my love for humanity, then be gone with you. I refuse to lower my standards to the low vibrational. I want to stay high vibrational because I want to be where my pockets are overflowing that I can help my fellow humanity, and donate to my favorite charities easily and effortlessly while living a delicious life for my family out in the woods, minding my business. You know
Living
what
a
I'm saying?
delicious life. I love that.
Hmm. I like to tell people, when they hear that, they think that, all you, like, oh, you just want all fancy cars and jets. No, I just want a comfortable home out in the woods, off grid, mind my business, decent clothes and shoes on my back, my vehicle's paid for, ain't worried about nothing, good health and happiness. And then what we have left over, we're able to, like I said, to give them to my favorite charities and support my local community. Like one of the things, because I'm very blessed that my two business partners are both military veterans. And so, one of the goals of our company, besides helping different women charities, is also helping different veteran charities and stuff. And we would like to start our own charity, especially helping pagan and heathen veterans, because there aren't too many charities out there that will help them. I've If you think in the 21st century, people would not be biased about someone's religious beliefs, but you'd be surprised about how many of our brothers and sisters who are pagan or heathen who get turned down for veteran help because of their spiritual beliefs or religious beliefs. It's still happening.
100%. Oh, 100%. And it's I mean, I'm a pagan veteran myself. So it's definitely a struggle. I will say this: in the last few years, there has been a lot of efforts made to kind of codify it as a legitimate religion and to give people special religious customs and accept people. Men now can have beards due to pagan religion and stuff like that if they subscribe to some of the old Norse beliefs. And there's actually kind of in the last couple of years been a really big resurgence. Now that's not to say that there aren't still plenty of challenges and roadblocks, but I feel really confident in the way that we're going. The Army specifically, I feel really good in the way that we're going, but we do still have a long way to go. So that would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Really good.
Oh yeah. My one business partner, she was one of the people that advocated for our pagan and heathen brothers and sisters to be able to have their Mangalore or their pinnacle put on their tombstones there in Arlington.
Yep.
Um, and everything, and it's stuff like that, and our, because I strongly believe that being a veteran, there should be no homelessness for them. They sh- there's no reason for the mental health problems, because I like one of my husband's lodge brothers. He's army veteran, did 3 tours in Afghanistan. When I first met this poor man, he literally had a toolbox of medications
Yeah.
from VA. And if he was to take them according to all the directions, he would never wake up. They were just giving him shit, and they were causing him more problems. He was in and out of their psych ward so many times in the first couple of years that I first met him. And then he started working with me, and he is totally off all the prescriptions. He does all natural supplements. He does his frequencies, and now he has a good job working from home. He was able to qualify for a VA home loan and got his own house finally. And he's done a completely 180, completely different. Because the thing is, they don't want to recognize that our ladies and men come home from war with, the demons of war. And instead of helping them heal, here's a bunch of medications to try to suppress everything instead of helping them heal at the core problem. Because traditionally, in a lot of cultures, the warriors would stay with the medicine man, medicine woman, the shaman, the healer of the tribe for good 6 to 9 months, to help heal them and everything, get them in the right mental mind state besides physically and everything. And it's sad that our country doesn't do that for our boys and girls that, risk their lives in both non-action and action of war, because even if you don't go to major war, even in any form of military, you know, still you have your ups and downs dealing what you dealt with, whatever base you've been stuck on and everything and what you dealt with. It doesn't matter. It's about that whole military mindset and the way they drill things into you, you know. And I want to be there for our boys and girls.
Well, I think that's exactly right. And I think you said it earlier. Honestly, America is an instant gratification society. And, a lot of ways that they, instill the core beliefs into you have, some long lasting effects. And that kind of changes your mindset forever,
Yeah,
which can be fine as long as you have the capability of dealing with it. And that's not to say that one person is more capable than the other. That's not what I mean. What I mean is there's plenty of people out there that were never given the right tools to deal with that kind of trauma and that to deal with that kind of complex, PTSD, right? So they go off to war, or they go to their unit and they're by themselves, or they're inculcated in this society, in this culture where up is down and down is sideways and everything else, because the army is a very like A equals B every single time. This is what this means. This is what we do. This is how we do it. These are the sets of instructions. This is my joint qualification standard that I have to get through, and all these things. And it doesn't harden you for the ups and downs that will come. It doesn't make you flexible. It makes you rigid.
exactly.
And what we know about rigid things is that if it's too rigid, sometimes things break.
Exactly. 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 And that's why they have such bad mental problems and mental health issues dealing with the different branches and everything. And sadly, they don't want to recognize it.
Yeah.
And I was so pissed when a certain party that starts with a D, and I'm not going to say full names because of YouTube, with their foolishness, but they totally shot down all forms of a holistic ways of healing our veterans and everything. And this one veteran lady, she was, former Army, sat there and pulled out 15 different medications and told them, if I took this and this and this and this, like they told me to prescribe, look them up yourself. You'll see that if you mix these narcotics together, I would die. I would not wake up. Is this what you want for the people who risked their lives and gave themselves and everything? But sadly, our powers that be only see them as a number. You're just like a human commodity. They don't even treat you like you're really human. I remember like one of my best girlfriends, she was a naval diesel mechanic in the Azores. And she didn't get her CO's freaking permission to get a tattoo the size of a dime on her hip, but somehow he found out about it and she got written up for defacing human
government property.
Yes.
Defacing government property. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a sunburn once and got written up for that.
Yep,
but you know what? 19-year-old April needed to have that lesson to learn how to not maybe think a couple rungs ahead. So sometimes those can be good lessons too. It's just a matter of how they're implemented and then how far it goes after that. But
right. Do you feel like throwing some cards, baby girl?
Sure. I actually don't know that I have any next to me, but I certainly have some in this room. If you give me 1 second.
Take your time. Take your time. I give you a chance for people. We're going to start doing some readings, throwing some cards, doing some tag team. She throw a card, I throw a card. Get your questions ready and put them in the comments, y'all. Okay? Miss Rita says, 100% I agree to be okay and pay the rest forward. That's why I work with IV drug addicts. Exactly. Keep paying it forward. Whatever you want, you're keeping up the law of reciprocity. You need that love, you give that love. You need money, give it away so it can be returned to you. Keep saying to yourself that, so you have a healthier, not so get out of that lack mindset, worrying about that last penny that you have. It's abundance. The universe is, so as you give it away, whether it be on yourself, your bills, your family, giving in charities, keep on saying it's going to come back to you 1,000-fold. You never have to worry about it, All money I put out in, the community will come back to me 1,000 folds. And what it be? Keep on repeating it to yourself, and it will. You know, think of, like I always tell people, the universe is my sugar daddy. I tell Big Daddy what I want, and I get it. Okay, so don't be scared, y'all. Ooh-wee. While we're waiting, I did have two cards fly out. I have waterproof and observation. So somebody needs to amp up their spiritual protection and then sit back and observe. And as I said, the Judas will reveal itself. Especially coming by this new moon. Woo! Girl, I just had a car fly out. Don't you just love it when that happens?
I do. By the way, don't judge me, okay? I have pajama bottoms on. Okay, so just...
Girl, bad. Don't worry.
I was like, they're gonna see my pajama bottoms. Oh no.
Girl, I'm in my nightgown and my robe right now. Okay, all
I
did
look
was
good
put
from
a
here
scarf
up.
on and earrings. Okay, all right. I didn't even dress up for the show. I'm literally wearing my nightgown and a robe.
I thought about coming on in my nightgown because I've got this one nightgown that's like all lacy and like dramatic, and I was like, you know what? I feel like Patience would appreciate this. She would really appreciate this.
You don't know how many times I'm wearing pajama bottoms when I do my shows. They see me all halfway gussied up from top up and everything, but actually, honestly, right now I'm wearing my nightgown and a robe.
I love it. I love it.
Now, people are acting like they're too scared to put a question in the thing. I'm just gonna throw some cards, baby.
Do it.
See what we got. Let's just do a reading for the collective. What does the collective need to know, Spirit? I'm using the Urban Crow Oracle deck. Warning. Trickery is afoot. Somebody is trying to set a trap. Amp up your protection. Enemy. Didn't I just say about the Judas being exposed?
Yeah,
the exposed
you did.
card.
Look.
And so to make that happen, make a better commitment to thyself and to the gods. And everything will be revealed. What you got, baby?
Well, all right. So here we are. I have never used any of these cards because my deck is actually upstairs. So we're just going to give this a try. I've got Spirit Allies, which is just a tarot, right? It's beautiful though. It's got this like beautiful silver. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh wow,
it's gorgeous. I don't even know where I got this, but we're gonna go for it.
Nothing wrong with that, baby.
Let's just try it. If we don't like this one, we're just gonna go to another deck because God knows I got freaking 15 decks in here. All right, let's see. So what I pulled is the Gemini card. So that's telling me that there's probably somebody out there. I mean, not probably, there definitely is, right? There's all sorts of us that are struggling with two sides of an issue. Perhaps, we just talked about it for like 30 minutes, right? Feeling disconnected and things like that. So it's easy to do those works, but it's hard to feel that connection. Yes, I use the word hard. I promise I'll stop. It's hard habits to break. Hard habits to break. I'll do it though. I will, because my mama told me, so therefore I will do it. But it's duality, right? So it's showing that there's somebody out there that's struggling because they're of two minds about a certain situation. Who am I talking about? Please answer in the comments. Let's delve deeper. Let me know. Let me know.
Also, Geminis are known to be tricksters themselves too. So
misrepresenting.
Gemini, smooth talking. Just watch yourself, especially if you females are dealing with a Gemini male.
I couldn't do it.
I was married to one, honey. At
Mm-mm.
one time, when I was married to my third husband, not only was he a Gemini, my father-in-law, his daddy was a Gemini. My adopted daddy is a Gemini. I was surrounded by fucking male Geminis.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and you wonder why I'm a hardcore bitch.
You give me that Pisces any day. That good Pisces energy.
Well, I'm blessed. I'm blessed now. My husband's a Capricorn.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, and I'm a Capricorn myself, so
Oh, there you go.
it works out perfect.
Synergy. Yeah.
But the only thing is, I'm a Pisces moon and he's an Aquarius moon. So sometimes dealing with him is like dealing with Mr. Spock. He's
but it,
logical.
but it's also good though because Aquarius he loves the uniqueness of you. And you can't get too freaky for him. It can't happen. That's all day. That's what he wants, right? So my
Well,
husband.
to prove that point right there, you know how they always joke about February 15th is Side Chick Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was joking to him about having a side chick and everything. And he goes, a side chick? You are my side chick. I said, what you mean? You and your different personalities and you speak different languages. I said, well, I told you, baby, when you got involved with me, I'm a psychic medium. We are legion. But we love you.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
You know, and it's true. We all do love him because he is the first man I've ever been with where I literally have been able to be all myself and not be judged. I've not had to repress anything. Actually, he literally has a shirt that says, "My favorite witch is my wife."
I love it. I love
You
it.
know, everyone else I always had to hide in the broom closet when we were out at home. It was one thing, but when we were out in public around certain groups, I had to hide that who I was, and I had to act like Miss Prim and proper. And that's why a part of me for so long was in hermit mode. You know, living out in the woods, living our own life. But now I'm the type. Either you accept me as I am, or I don't need you in my life. I'm not hiding it anymore. You know. So Miss Rita says she's a Scorpio.
Mm.
I got a Scorpio rising. That's the funny thing is both of my husband and I are Capricorn sun, and both of us have Scorpion rising.
I've heard some things about them Scorpios.
Especially with Scorpion rising, that we kinky as fuck in the bedroom, baby.
That's exactly what I've heard. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to, like, I don't know you, girl, but I've heard some stories.
Scorpion rising wears a lot of black, and then Capricorns already wear a lot of black. So, yeah. Put it this way: at my house, we only our washing machine is always on cold because you always wash dark clothes on cold setting. We don't have to change it. we don't do whites in my house. No pun intended on anything. But we're both old goth elders, you know, and we still, everything we buy, it's just instead of being fancy and whimsical like we did it back in our 20s and everything, now everything is copying, you know, black muumuus, black sweatpants.
I love it.
Cheapy black clothes you can buy from the thrift store in the Walmart, you know. Oh, yes. Oh, Gotherica Vegan is my favorite Aquarius. Hey, Gotherica Vegan, mommy, you're the only female Aquarius so far who hasn't screwed me over. Everybody else has, including my own birth mother.
Oh, damn. No pressure.
I don't know what, right?
No pressure. I'm a Virgo, so I'm hard-headed by nature. It's just
that's why you and I get along so well, because of me being a cat. We're the two most OCD signs that there is in the zodiac.
It's just got to be a certain way. It's got to be right. Got to feel right because it is right.
Exactly. Ooh. So I guess nobody has any questions for us tonight, but I have been told to need to throw out one more. Hold on. Spirit, what does the collective need to hear since you want to bug so much? Do the work so you can have the freedom. Like I said, this new moon, use it to be as a new start so you can have the freedom of where you need to go. And if you notice on the freedom card, see the heart, you got to work on self, working on that self love so you can be set free. So, from whatever it is on the subconscious that's keeping you from your best delicious life, people. See, that's my girl. Okay. Dr. Rika Vegan says never. I wouldn't. I know you sensed that. Well, the fools in my life that didn't and everything thought that they were so caught up in their egos, thought that I wouldn't catch on, not realizing how highly protective I am. And I'm not saying this from ego, whether I want to or not. I'm always finding out when someone is doing foolishness because I make sure I keep up that proper relationship. People think that you have to do all these fancy rituals with your gods and goddesses. They've recognized that, like our ancestors didn't have all that fancy stuff back in the day. Sometimes just doing those simple prayers, like while you're taking a shower, or when you first wake up in the morning, just having prayers of gratitude and saying thank you for the little things that you've been given in the life. I make sure I say thank you for my family and my home and food and my clothes and my shoes and my vehicle. I say thank you every day for the little things I have. Know? And having that attitude of gratitude every morning has made a world of difference. Because people, how do you expect to have the big blessings in your life coming in if you cannot be grateful for the little things like waking up every day? Putting that piece of food in your mouth, having that drink, and everything. You know, I make a habit of saying thankful. A prayer of gratitude. Christians call it saying grace. Before I eat. Simple little things like that. You don't have to do anything elaborate. Just shut your eyes real quick to say a quick thank you and everything, and then commence. You know, and just those little things will make a world of difference in your life. That's how you can embed the magic in your life. Like we talked about for the show and everything. Making that new start is changing little habits in your life, lifestyle habits. And that's how you make yourself a magical lifestyle. Embedding it, like I said, working with your coffees and teas and your drinks and everything, speaking over your water. All our liquids are 90% water usually. Okay. And water has been scientifically been proven to hold energies. So speak your affirmations over your drink and everything of what it is you need to manifest, whether it's healing, bringing love, money, career, whatever in it, and drink that into you. Because, as above, so below, so within, so without. That's taking your magic in with you, through your drinks, through your food.
What if it's rum?
Even rum.
Asking for a friend.
Use that for prosperity and protection, baby.
Cheers.
Exactly. Simple little things like that. One of my favorite dark rums is by the Kraken.
I love it. So good.
The coffee flavored one that they have.
Yeah.
You put that in your dark chocolate and add some French vanilla to it.
Okay, but this will sound crazy. Hear me out. I like to mix it with fruit punch Gatorade, and then it tastes like Dimetap. I don't know, but it does. So,
ew. I don't like to taste the Dimetap.
Delicious. Sipping on that scissor. What can I say?
Girl, you've been living in Georgia too long.
I enjoy it.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, it makes you happy. That's all that matters. That's the way I see it. There's nothing wrong as long as you ain't harming nobody and doing things in moderation with your body. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Living that delicious life. Too many people are scared to because they feel guilty. They feel like they don't deserve it. Yes, you do. We all do. Okay? You got to recognize that what you need to work on so you stop having that mindset that's keeping you from living your best life, that's keeping you low vibrational, that's keeping you in that lack mindset, that's keeping you in that poverty. And in poverty is not just about money. It's also about, bad relationships and, the lack of everything that you truly deserve in your life. And it's all about making those simple little steps. Taking, like I said, taking advantage of your sleep. And then pretty soon you start, seeing things dramatically change without even having to really try. Oh my gosh. When I started using frequencies, I saw big changes. I just today I was listening to one of my favorite frequencies to help bring unexpected money, and lo and behold, my check was from my part-time job was deposited 3 days early instead of the day of, and I had a lovely lady, give me out of nowhere a donation to my ministry. So you know, it's I'm like I said, you got to do it daily. I do it daily for myself. We're human, because our hormones, especially as women, get the better of ourselves, and that's what causes our intrusive thoughts and make our thoughts run away. Because usually because of a hormonal imbalance. 1335, it helps with our adrenals. Our adrenals control the thyroid. So many of us ladies, which also controls the cortisol. Taking the ashwagandha and listening to the 1335, you'll see dramatic changes. Because especially dealing with all the stress and everything us ladies go through, simple little changes like that would really help keep up your immune system, both physically, spiritually, and mentally. So, oh my goodness. It was such an honor to have you on the show, baby girl.
Oh,
I
thank
can't
you. Always a pleasure.
Definitely got to have you guys back after the show. Shoot me what your schedule is. Maybe have you and Heather and Gabby maybe all want to join in October,
Okay, yeah, absolutely. That sounds good.
because got to do that lovely time of the year, because I got to hear all the good stuff, because also next week, I will not be live. We will do a pre-recorded show with my ladies from Source Paranormal out of St. Paul. We'll be talking about their lovely adventures, and which also I would like to announce that I will be going on investigation with them March 8th, and they'll be doing it live from the St. Albans, I think it's called, the granary there in St. Paul, that they have converted into a boutique hotel and everything, and that place is haunted as hell. So I'm looking forward to that, with spending time with those ladies. And again, my dear, thank you so much for being on the show. Everyone, if you need spiritual advice or anything, you can look me up or any of my spiritual advisors at indigopsychics.com. You want to order coffees or teas, you can go to indigopsychicscoffee.com. It'll be well worth it. Also, too, we do have links to our Shopify store under the shop link here on the YouTube as well. For quick access. So definitely, I highly recommend it. It is freshly brewed. And you'll see that all our coffees and teas are associated with a god or goddess, that not only are they refreshing to drink, but also they're great to be used as offerings to various gods and goddesses that we associate them with, and to use in your spell work as well. So definitely, my girl can verify it's some good shit.
True. Legit. That's true.
I think my next order is going to be that Thor Thunder Brew, because to help me stay up at night.
I think I've tried that one yet. Like, I'm on here. Like, you're about to
Well,
get a big order.
From what Claire, our one spiritual advisor, the Montrose Witch, she normally is a Death Wish drinker, and she would drink 2 pots of that a day. And because she also, besides having her own shop, she does overnight adult care for seniors and everything overnight. But she is not a sleep position, so she has to stay up. And so that's why she got into drinking the Death Wish. She tried our Thor's Thunder Brew, which is our maximum caffeine. And she said it's more potent than that. She drank 1 Stanley cup, which is about a pot of coffee, and that lasted her all night long. And she used to drinking 2. So,
Wow.
and then also our brother Wolfram, who always do our special shows about the Norse traditions. He says because here in Minnesota we have an event called Uppsala, and the last two events, they stole his coffee because we also, besides having Thor's Thunder Brew, we have a French vanilla that's dedicated to Freya.
Freya, I saw that.
And
It looks really good.
he said he brought both coffees and he didn't see the rest of it, the rest of the event, because they took it and brewed it for the whole group. So definitely, catch into it. Miss Rita said, "Thank you, my loves. I have no questions, only seeking your guidance. Much love and blessed be." Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Miss April. Love you, baby
Thank you.
girl.
Always a pleasure.
Always. Bye, y'all. Mwah. Good
Bye.
night.